I think Jonathan Taylor's going to have a hell of a year. I think he looks great. I think he looks, for the first time in a couple of years, completely healthy straight out the gate. And I think as he go, we go. That's the way the Colts are going to have to move the football. It's not going to be, chunk yardage via the air very often for this team. They got to get chunk yards via Jonathan Taylor. They got to get first downs via Jonathan Taylor. If he doesn't carry the ball 25 times on Sunday, I would be stunned. Here's Jonathan Taylor.
It's always a build-up. It's always an anticipation. You go through the whole off-season process, but now it's everything you've been working on, everything you've been thinking about, it's time to put it into action. So it's an exciting week because game week is finally here. Now each and every single week we're on it now. It's not just preparing, it's, hey, we're preparing, and now we're performing.
Do you have to learn Tanner and Matt as blockers a little bit, with them being new run interior?
Yeah, and you'll definitely learn their strengths and their weaknesses as far as where they can improve at. But they'll let you know, like, hey, man, I love reach blocks. So now okay, hey, a guy loves reach blocks. I can press the landmark, that much more because I know I can trust he's going to get there. And you continue to work and develop that relationship on those reps in the practice field.
What are you seeing from DJ Giddens? He's a very quiet guy, at least with us, but I would imagine in that running back room, he's a little more talkative.
You can just tell he's trying to soak everything in like a sponge, and I think that's actually really important. And I think it's actually a good thing that he may not speak as much, initially, because I just remember my freshman year of college, coming from a small high school, going to a large school at Wisconsin. I just wanted to observe everything. I wanted to see, who got things right, who got things wrong, what were the coaching points, even things that weren't necessarily directed at me. So I feel like he's soaking everything up. And I think that when he gets his opportunity and, he has the ball in his hands, I think that he'll make a lot of special plays.
From a play style standpoint, what stands out about the way he runs or even catch the ball in the backfield, things like that?
Really his subtleness. He's able to kind of play with like leverage and angles, and you may think that he's leaning one way or his body is contorted one way, and then he sticks a foot in the ground and he's going and bursting in the opposite direction. So I think his subtleness, I think it'll throw a lot of people off, and he's very athletic.
What sticks out to you about Daniel after working with him for an off-season and training camp?
I think with Daniel, of course, him being a vet, he kind of knows how to go, with the standard order of operation, but just really at the line, being able to soak in the system as well, coming in, learn the system, soak it in, and then being able to apply it and say, hey, making the changes and the adjustments that he may need to make, if we get a certain look that's not, advantageous for us. So I just think his operation at the line, being able to learn our system quickly and then apply it in his own way on the field.
How important is that stuff? Because I think sometimes it's hard for people who don't play to understand why that's such a big deal.
It's tough because at the end of the day, it's almost like the Mike linebacker. He's commanding the defense. He has the green dot. He's telling people where to line up. So same thing on offense with the quarterback. He has to make sure everyone is in the right places, the right position. Of course, we need to know our book as well. But as far as he's like the general on the field. So being able to have someone that knows that standard order of operation, I think is really big, because if you don't start off right, then you're already set yourself up for failure.
Jonathan, last year you got back to big numbers, 1,400 yards, but I think most of that is health, right? You were healthier. But is there anything else? Was there anything else that you feel like you did well last season that allowed you to be you?
Number one, I just think really being able to not force a lot of things. I know there are a lot of times, especially, any back, they always want to have a big play. They always want to, may have an explosive run. And then a lot of those runs, sometimes it's just being patient, letting the blocks develop, and maybe a 2-3 yard run turns out to a 6 or 7 yard run. Not a 20 yard run, but you'll take 6 or 7 all day. So having those stack up throughout the year is something that I do think was something that I did a lot more, rather than, you could get to instances where you may try to bounce some runs, trying to make something happen, but it's like, hey, take the yards out of there, keep your legs turning, they may turn into a 7 yard run.
Honoring Jim Irsay on Sunday, how special is that, and what does that mean to you?
The family legacy, they built this place. They built this place, and it means something. Everyone that's in the building, they mean something. They all play a part in making sure that this organization continues to move forward in the right way. So our part in order to continue to move that legacy forward is, of course, making sure that we're prepared, ready to go, doing what we need to do in the community off of the field. But when it comes time to being on the field, is going about winning the right way. And I think that it's going to be a really special moment. It's going to be a really special season because it was built on special principles.
Does it add anything to this game in terms of you want to win on the day that he's going into the line?
I think, like you mentioned, it does add to it because you obviously want to go out there and you want to win every game. You want to win every first game, but it even means even that much more because it's sad that we have to go in this way, in this manner to get it done. But we know he's watching, and we just want to put a good product on the field to ensure that hey, what he left behind is still headed in the right direction.
JT, one of the observations people had noted about Daniel over the course of training camp was they may have underestimated the ability with his legs, that playmaking ability. Has there been a point that he caught you maybe by surprise or something that you observed about that element of his game as a quarterback?
Yeah, he's fast. Because guys will hit 21 miles an hour in the game. Adrenaline, sprinting down the field. He's hitting 21 miles an hour at practice. So especially for a quarterback, that's unique. I don't know too many quarterbacks that are hitting those speeds at practice. Of course, I don't know all the details inside of the buildings, but that was something that really caught my eye. Is for him to kind of hit some of those speeds at practice. So I don't want to say sneaky deceptive because I don't think it's a secret. I think people know he's a pretty athletic dude. So I'm excited for him to put it on display though.
Do you like all of the, like you mentioned, miles per hour during practice? Do you like all the numbers that are available to you? I know you're a guy who tries to think about everything in terms of preparation. Do you like all the numbers that are available now?
I do, and it's necessarily more for feel. So you can go and you may have a run at practice or you may have a rep at practice, and you're just going to find out, hey, what number, what miles an hour did I hit on that? So that when I'm feeling like this, I know these are the speeds that I can hit. It just helps you be a little bit more in tune with your body, that's all.
What's the speed you can hit?
Well, I'm trying to hit 23 miles an hour. I don't know, you guys, I don't know if I told you guys, there was a guy at school I went to, Isaac Garindo, and you guys probably saw some of it. I told you guys, Isaac Garindo hit 23 miles an hour. So if Isaac's watching this, listen, I'm still grinding.
That was 2021 you told us about it. That was a while
Listen,
ago.
Yeah, I do remember that.
I was first. Listen, I was first.
Isaac told us last year
Picture
he
this guy.
kind of taught him how to play running back when he was here at the local pro day.
Yeah, so Isaac, because he switched over from, he was like an athlete when he came in, then he was a receiver, and then running back, and that's tough. That's tough going from position to position, learning new techniques. So just trying to give him little nuggets and just letting him know, dude, you're fast. People are scared of that. Go, just run.
Can you feel? Do you feel 22 is different from 23 or?
Oh, it definitely isn't. But the thing is, it's not that you strain more. It's usually when you feel relaxed and you didn't run as fast. It's usually when you hit those faster times. Just a little tip.
Keep that in mind.
That's Jonathan Taylor. I think it's really interesting listening to him talk about miles an hour, talking about, speed, how fast he's going, how fast he's trying to get, and at the end, talking about being relaxed and gliding rather than running hard as you can, trying to be fast, that's the way to go faster. That's kind of interesting. We'll see how easy he runs on Sunday and how fast he goes.